Welcome back to the deep dive, everybody. We got some really interesting stuff to unpack today. Someone sent us this document all about creating a loving and peaceful atmosphere at home.
Yeah, it's fascinating, right? It's coming from this very specific cultural and religious perspective,
Mm.
but there's some really great universal ideas in here too.
Yeah, especially since a lot of our listeners, are looking for practical ways to make their family lives better.
Right. Like how do we actually build those strong connections?
Mm.
And this document lays out some pretty concrete steps.
Exactly. So our goal in this deep dive today is to pull out those key principles, those real actionable suggestions for building that kind of harmonious home everyone wants, without getting too bogged down in the spirit.
Absolutely. We want to give you guys stuff you can actually use.
Right. And as we go through this, you'll hear some references to religious texts and sayings.
Hmm.
It's important to remember that those are part of how this document approaches family.
Yeah, they're part of the context.
Exactly.
All right, so let's jump in. The document starts by really emphasizing love as the foundation. Like the very first thing it does is quote a verse from the Quran, Surah Ar-Rum, verse 21.
Oh yeah, I love that verse. It talks about how Allah created spouses for mutual comfort and love. And the document presents this as like a really important sign.
Right. What do you think about that as a starting point?
Well, I think it's interesting how it immediately grounds the importance of love in something much bigger. Like it's
Yeah.
not just a nice feeling to have, but it's like part of the natural order.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant to be there, that love and comfort, especially within a family. There's even this concept of maruf that goes along with this verse.
My roof.
Yeah, it's about being kind and fair in your relationships, especially marriage. So you can see right away how important they're making love out to be.
Yeah, that's a great point. And then the document asks this very direct question. Why is love important in our home?
Right.
And it gives three reasons. The first one is that love makes us feel safe and secure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone wants to feel safe and loved, especially at home.
Right. It's like that basic sense of security you need to thrive. And then the second reason it gives is that love helps us succeed in our studies and life.
Yeah, that's really interesting, right? Like it connects how we feel at home to how we do out in the world.
Totally. And the last reason, probably the most heartwarming one, is that love makes the home a happy place we long to return to.
Oh, I love that.
Ah,
Like it's that feeling of wanting to be home, of belonging.
yeah. And the document actually reinforces this by quoting another verse from the Quran, 16.80.
Hmm.
It's the one about how Allah made our homes a place of rest.
Right. And you can really see how love is presented as a key ingredient in creating that kind of peaceful, comforting environment.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got the why of love in the home. Now the document gets into the how. How do we show our love for each other?
Right. The practical stuff.
Exactly. And the first thing it mentions is kind words and gratitude. And it even includes the saying, a good word is charity.
Yeah. I love that saying. It really shows how much value they put on speaking kindly to each other.
Yeah, and it's something we can all do, right? Like just
Yeah.
being mindful of our words. And then the next way to show love is, and this one might seem a little more practical, but it's helping with household chores.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like it goes beyond just getting things done. It's really about caring for each other.
Right. It's like saying, I see how hard you work and I want to help. And then we've got smiling and embracing, like just those simple physical gestures.
Hmm. They can make such a difference.
Yeah, a smile or a hug can speak volumes. And then the last one is showing care for each other's feelings.
Right, like being attuned to what everyone's going through.
Exactly, validating each other's feelings. And there's another beautiful saying here. Indeed, kindness is not in anything except that it beautifies it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It really emphasizes being gentle with each other. Okay, so we've covered the foundation of love and how to show it. Now the document shifts to cultivating comfort and peace at home. It asks, how do we comfort each other in the home?
Hmm.
And it gives some really down-to-earth suggestions. The first one is reducing noise when someone needs rest.
Oh, yeah, that's so important. Being mindful of each other's needs for quiet time.
Right. Whether someone's sleeping or studying or just needs a break. And then helping with household chores comes up again, but this time in the context of creating comfort.
Makes sense, right? When everyone chips in, it makes the home a more relaxing place for everyone.
Exactly. And then there's cooperating and studying. This one seems especially important for families with kids.
Yeah, helping each other with homework, creating a supportive study environment. Those things can make a big difference.
Totally. And the last suggestion is maintaining order.
Oh, yeah, I'm all about that.
Right. Like a cluttered home can be really stressful.
For sure. And you know what's interesting? The document then connects this idea of order to a verse from the Quran, 17.24.
Really?
Yeah, the one about lowering the wing of humility out of mercy for parents.
Oh, wow. How does that tie in?
Well, it's about showing respect and care, especially for your parents. Yeah. Like making the home comfortable for them is part of that respect.
That's a beautiful connection. Okay, so we've got all these principles, but now the document gets even more practical and suggests some specific family activities.
Oh, yeah, I love this part.
The first one is called the love box. What's that all about?
Okay, so the idea is that everyone in the family writes down messages of love and appreciation for each other throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
And they put these messages in a special box.
Okay.
Then, maybe at the end of the week, everyone gets together and reads the messages out loud.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Right, it's like a dedicated time to just share positive feelings with each other. And there's another saying here, the most beloved of deeds to Allah is bringing joy to a Muslim.
Oh, wow. So it's connecting, expressing love to bringing joy to your family.
Exactly. And the second activity they suggest is called family time.
Okay, that sounds pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, but, it's easy to forget to do this in our busy lives. It's about intentionally setting aside time to just be together.
Right. No phones, no distractions.
Exactly. Just talking about your day, planning fun things to do together, really connecting.
I love that. Okay, so we've got these proactive activities, and then the document suggests making family pledges, like actual commitments to live by these values.
Hmm.
What kind of pledges are we talking about?
Well, the first one is saying, I love you every day.
Huh.
Like just making that a regular part of your family life.
That's so simple, but so powerful. What's next?
The second pledge is helping each other without being asked.
Oh, yeah, that's going above and beyond.
Exactly. Anticipating needs, taking initiative. And then the third pledge is listening to each other attentively.
Mm-hmm. Really being present when someone's talking.
Right. Showing them that you care about what they have to say. And the final pledge is apologizing if we make a mistake.
Which is so important for any healthy relationship, right?
Totally. Taking responsibility, rebuilding trust. All these pledges together really paint a picture of how to create that loving and peaceful environment.
Yeah, they give you something concrete to work towards. The document also includes a prayer for the family, which is a verse from the Quran, 25.74.
I know that one. Our Lord, grant us from our wives and our offspring comfort to our eyes, and make us leaders for the righteous.
What do you think that prayer signifies in the context of everything we've talked about?
Well, to me, it shows that deep desire for a happy and fulfilling family life. It's about being proud of your family and wanting them to be good people.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it. And finally, the document ends with some important reminder, like key takeaways.
Right. So the first one is that a happy home is an act of worship and earns reward.
So it's connecting building a good home to your spiritual life.
Exactly. It's saying that it's not just about worldly happiness, it has spiritual value too.
Wow, that's a powerful reminder. What's the next one?
The next reminder is that mercy in the home is a cause for Allah's mercy.
So being kind and forgiving to your family brings you closer to Allah.
That's how I understand it.
Yeah.
And then the final reminder is that family happiness is among the objectives of Islamic law, Sharia.
So family is really central to this whole belief system.
Yeah. They make it very clear that family well-being is a top priority.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We started with this document that emphasizes love as the foundation for a happy home. And it gave us so many practical ways to build that love, through words, actions, even household chores.
Mm-hmm.
Then we talked about creating comfort and peace, being mindful of each other's needs, having dedicated family time.
Right, and all those family pledges.
Exactly. And we even touched on the spiritual aspect of family life.
It's been a really rich discussion.
It has. And, I think it's so important to remember that even though this document comes from a specific cultural and religious background, these ideas of kindness, respect, nurturing those family bonds, they're really universal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want a loving and peaceful home?
Exactly. So to all our listeners out there, as you think about everything we've talked about today, I want to leave you with this. What's one small thing you can do to bring a little more love and peace into your own home? Maybe it's saying, I love you more often. Maybe it's putting your phone down during dinner. Maybe it's just listening a little more closely when someone's talking to you. It doesn't have to be a huge change, just a little something to start shifting the atmosphere. Because even small actions can make a big difference over time.
Absolutely. Every little step counts.
It really does. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, everyone. We'll see you next time.